All right, so we are live. Let me do some configuring with the stream and I'll get right to you guys in 1 second. Got a big game coming up this weekend. I'm excited for it. Bears got their real first test coming up. Hopefully, if all things, stay the way they are, hopefully some new variables will pop up before the game starts on Sunday. But I'm excited for this game. So let me configure my stream real quick and then we can get straight into it. Everything looks good. I think everybody can hear me as well. Alright, everything looks peachy. Alright, so welcome back to the channel, guys. KG here, back at it with another video. And for the second straight week, for the second straight game, I'm going to be doing a live stream of my 3 keys to the game. This week we will be going against the Washington Commanders in their house in a primetime game. This game might not be as important as it once was, considering on what the injury situation is looking like for everybody, but still, it's a big game nonetheless because this marks the start of the schedule where it's going to start getting tough for the Chicago Bears. So as usual, I'm going to continue with this new format. I'm going to give my 3 keys to the game that I think the Bears should do to be able to win this game. I also will be showing some footage, some all-22 footage, to kind of make my points a little bit more clearly. So let's get straight into it. Before we start with the video, though, I'd like to remind everybody that I have a $100 Amazon gift card giveaway going on. So if you guys want to be a part of that giveaway, I would like you guys to go to this video right here. It's on the channel. I will also link it down in the pinned comment of this stream if I can. I also will link it in the description of the stream. Basically, all you got to do is go to this video right here and follow the instructions in the pinned comment, and then you will be eligible. I want to try to get, it's getting close to the end of the month. I'm going to get close. It's getting closer for me to start announcing winners. So if you're watching this live or you're watching it via the playback, make sure you guys go over to this video, get your name down there in the comment section, follow all the rules, and you'll be eligible for this giveaway. So make sure you guys head over there. We only got a week left before the end of the month. I will be announcing winners next at the end of the month. So go ahead, get your name down there, get eligible, and enjoy. So, like I said, we have the Washington Commanders this week. Big game coming up for the Chicago Bears. This now marks the midway point of their season. We got a gauntlet coming up after these. Might be the only winnable games, easily winnable games on our schedule after maybe week 11 or week 10, after New England. After that, it's going to get into a gauntlet. And the Bears, this is going to be their last few winnable games, so I would like to see them try to come out of this game with a win. We're going to have to, it's not going to be an easy game, considering if Jaden Daniels plays or not. We'll get into that. Still, even if he doesn't play, no games are a given in the NFL, so we'll have to see how the Bears play on Sunday, but they can do some things to help themselves, and we're going to get into that right now. Like I said, I have the all-22 loaded up, so let's get straight into the first key of the game. My first key of the game, and this goes for whichever quarterback starts for the Washington Commanders. My first key of the game is you're going to have to stop that running game for the Washington Commanders. As it stands right now, as far as the injury situation for the Washington Commanders going into Sunday, it seems to me like Jaden Daniels will not play. And I say that because he's dealing with a rib injury. They're taking him week to week. This is a pretty staunch defense that he's going to be going up against. So they're thinking about holding him out for at least another week, at least until further notice. He is officially listed as week to week. So I don't know who necessarily is going to be starting for the Washington Commanders, but I will say this. Whoever is starting, you're going to have to contain that run game. Now, as it stands, the Washington Commanders are one of the most explosive teams in the NFL, at least on offense. I think they're like 3rd or 4th in explosive plays. They might be higher. Don't quote me on that. But it all starts with that run game, especially their QB run game. Yeah, if Jaden Daniels is going to play, you always want to keep him inside the pocket because he can just wreck games with his legs. And and don't get me wrong, he's really good in the pocket. But when he starts running around and making plays with his legs, it really stretches the defense out. And that's how Washington has been able to get these explosive plays going when he uses his legs. We saw the same thing when Marcus Mariota came in, even just to a lesser degree, when they're kind of similar in the way they can both scramble. But Jaden Daniels is obviously the more dangerous player. And, when Washington is able to use the QB run game, get their backs going early, get that run game going early, get that offensive line in sync with each other, it makes it really hard for teams to play defense on them, and that opens up the rest of the field for the Washington Commanders. Example here, like if Jaden Daniels is going to play, and I'm going to play this in real time and just I'm going to slow it down as well. If Jaden Daniels play, you really have to look at stuff like this. This is a QB option. I'm going to play it in real time first. Mesh point run. Boom. It's like an easy. He makes it look so easy. That cannot happen on Sunday. And, but the QB run game, we've had quarterbacks here in Chicago. We know how dangerous it is when you start getting that QB run game involved. It's dangerous, man. It really is. I'm going to see if I can get this play to come back up so we can review it more in depth. So, basically, what you get here, and by the way, I want to preface this by saying I am not an expert at breaking down film. I am not a coach. I am not a player. I do not know coverages. I do not know, all the specific formations. I just know enough, and I just know what I'm seeing on film. I'm going to slow this down real quick. All I know is that you're getting a gun look here. I think it's 2 backs, 1 tight end, 2 wide receiver set. What you're going to get here is you're going to get a mesh point run with Austin Eckler in motion. He's going to do like a little cheat motion here. And this is something the Bears can't have happen on Sunday, because if you allow whoever's standing back there to just tee off on you with the run, especially the QB run, that's going to set up a lot of other things. It also sets up, and I know this from firsthand experience because we've seen it with the Chicago Bears for 3+ years now when they had Justin Fields. When you have a quarterback that can run the option game, it really sets up these backs too, and it makes it like a double-edged sword, because what you're going to get here is you're going to get a mesh point run. Jaden Daniels is reading this guy right here, and it's just that little hesitation by this defender right here. He starts to commit a little bit too much to Brian Robinson Jr. right here. And what that does is he does commit to him. There's nobody in sight of Jaden Daniels here. And whoever's at quarterback, I'm guessing they can run the same plays for Marcus Mariota. Whoever is at quarterback on Sunday, if they start running plays like this, you get Austin Eckler coming out to block J.C. Horn. This receiver has basically taken this corner out to play. This guy doesn't know what's happened. By the time they realize what's happened, Jaden Daniels has one-on-one with this guy back here. He's in the open field. His speed is good enough to get him past that guy, and it's a 46-yard run. That's what really sets up the Washington Commanders offense to be explosive, to go deep, and, to put points on the board, is when they can run that ball efficiently. It sets up their play-action game. It sets up their deep shots, because the safeties have to come down. They have no choice unless you want this guy or guys like Austin Eckler or Brian Robinson Jr. Killing you on the ground. It's not like their backs are so much better than everybody else's, but they average. Brian Robinson in his last game averaged 5 yards per carry, but both their quarterbacks had over 20 rushing yards, and they can scramble. So whoever is playing, if it is Jaden Daniels, if he's somehow able to go, they're going to have to keep him contained. He is much less dangerous when you keep him contained inside that pocket. And I'm not saying he's not good inside the pocket, but I would rather have him sitting inside the pocket than rolling outside of it or getting going with the QB option, because that's going to set up a whole bunch of other things that you do not want going into this game. They do have an explosive offense, and they do have some good pieces on that offense as well. Terry McLaurin, obviously the scariest piece on that Washington Commanders offense. Especially when Jaden Daniels out there, they love the deep ball connection. So, you got to stop that run game. Considering, now, the team they played against is not a good defensive team at all. At all. The Carolina Panthers are an awful team on offense and on defense. That's why they have a 1-6 record. We are not the Carolina Panthers. I believe we will be able to stop the run a little bit more than the Carolina Panthers could. I mean, we were able to stop both Tank Bigsby and Travis Etienne Jr. last week. We were able to hold them, or before we went on the bye, we were able to hold them to minimal amounts of yards on the ground. And we were able to, by doing that, we were able to take away some of that explosiveness, because you look at this chart right here, and the Bears are the #1 coverage team in the NFL. Like, period. They have the best EPA in the NFL when it comes to just defensive coverages. They're the best team. So if you can force this Commanders team to put the ball in the air, especially with a backup quarterback, I don't see the Commanders scoring many points with Marcus Mariota, especially if Jaden Daniels doesn't play. If you're able to force this team into passing situations, 3rd and longs, they're not able to run the ball efficiently, we're going to be able to continue to get turnovers. But it all starts with us stopping the run game. We did it against the Jacksonville Jaguars. We've gotten better as the season has went on. As long as we're able to stop that run game, we should be able to win this game. Now, I will say, going into this game as well, I'd say my second key would be we have to continue to generate explosive plays with our own offense. Now, we have our own offense here, and while Caleb Williams isn't the best runner as far as like a dual threat quarterback, he's not Jaden Daniels, he's not Lamar Jackson. He can still run though, and they have to account for that as well. So my second key would be we have to continue to put up explosive plays and to put up points and run efficient offense. We're able to do it pretty efficiently. Again, same chart here. You look at the chart. Bears up here, #1 in coverage EPA. Where are the Washington Commanders? All the way down here. All the way down here. They're not a very good team as far as just defensive coverages are suited. And they play a lot of man coverage, man. And I noticed in the Jaguars game in week 6 that the Jaguars were playing a lot of man coverage, and you can see it with the chart. 36% of their plays were man coverage. Well, you look at the Washington Commanders, they play a cover 1 man coverage 29% of the time, and when they do play zone, they play cover 2. Caleb Williams and man coverage do not mix well. He's going to pick apart man coverage, and I'm going to pull up some plays here in just a second, but when you look at Caleb Williams, he can do the same things Jaden Daniels can do. Hello, David. Nice to see you in the stream. Talking some football right now, seeing how the Bears can win this game against the Washington Commanders. I'm excited for this. I'm currently talking about how their defense is not stacking up to ours. The man coverage thing with the Washington Commanders, they're not a very good unit. And we played against this unit last year on Thursday Night Football, and we all saw what happened in that game. They picked apart that Washington Commanders secondary, and I would think that secondary hasn't really improved since that game. Again, they have pieces, I would say, but you just look at it, Jeremy Chin, what's his name, Benjamin St. Just, Emmanuel Forbes. These are names that don't spark fear in me as far as going into a game against a good secondary. These are names that don't spark fear in you at all. And combine that with the fact that they're going to be missing at least 3 defensive linemen, especially one of their best, and Jonathan Allen. So their pass rush isn't going to be able to put pressure on Caleb Williams. Oh man, it's setting up for him to pick them apart. And it's plays like this. Again, Caleb has the run game in his arsenal as well. And if they're playing man coverage, this is all day. Caleb can do the same things as far with his legs to a lesser degree. And I would say his passing is better. Well, you don't have to, like David, you don't have to know all the specifics of football to understand the game. It's a very simple game. Up and down the field, score touchdowns, and win the game. It's not that hard. Get stops, score touchdowns. You don't have to have I don't even have extensive knowledge of the game. I don't know every coverage. I don't know every play. I just go by what I see. So let me find this play. I believe it was one play right before the half. Was it this one? It was 23 yards. David, if you watch sports, what is your favorite sport to watch currently? So this is the play right here. This is what I'm looking for. Again. And that's fine. That's David, I'm telling you, it is a simple game. Anybody who tries to tell you differently is either lying or making it more than what it's supposed to be. It's a very simple game. There's intricacies in it, yes, like every sport, but it's very simple. It's very simple. You're going up and down the field. You're trying to score touchdowns. You don't have to know all the specifics to get into the game of football. You don't. So I would say right here, this is what I'm alluding to when I say generate explosive plays. Mainly with his legs, because football and cricket. That's good choices. Like, I don't really know too much about cricket. All I know is that the U.S. team won a couple months ago. I don't really watch cricket like that. I'm more of a baseball person. You talk about not understanding football. I have no idea what cricket's rules are at all, man. I have no idea how cricket works at all. So you get this play here, and this goes back to what I was saying about Jaden Daniels and how you got to account for his legs on any given Sunday and just basically their entire quarterback room. But you have to account for Caleb Williams' legs as well. And this was the mistake the Jacksonville Jaguars made last week. It's because they play a lot of man coverage, you're going to get plays like this. So I'm going to play it in real time so you guys can watch. So you're going to Rome Odunze coming in motion. You're going to get a play action pass, and everybody's in man coverage right now. So if everybody's in man coverage, who's watching Caleb Williams? And you get plays like that. And that's an explosive play. That flipped the entire field, and I believe the Bears went down and got a touchdown after this play. So I'm going to slow it down real quickly. And so you get this situation where it's a gun look. You got 3 wide receivers on the field, 1 tight end, 1 running back. And, it's clearly a man coverage look, especially post-snap. Because dude is going to follow Rome Odunze all the way around the field. I think that's Darnell Savage, number 6. So you're going to get the snap. Caleb's looking to his right side, so I'm guessing he's looking for Cole Kmet or DJ Moore right here, I'm sorry. And DJ's being held, so I don't know why that's not called right there. So he looks to his first read, not there. Looks to his second read, not there. Looks to his third read, not there. The thing is, I want you guys to watch here. Yeah, I saw that. USA cricket team won against Pakistan in the World Cup was too good. Yeah, I saw that. Like I said, I don't understand. I don't understand it like that, but I did hear about that as well, and it created a lot of controversy online too. But hey, man, if cricket can become like you watch that match completely, yeah, man. I like I said, I didn't watch it, but I heard some good things about it, and I heard that team is pretty good. It created a little bit of controversy, but hey, I'm all for sports getting into, worldwide sports getting into different communities and getting more popular. As you know, I don't know much about cricket, but if the USA team is good, I'll watch it. Like if a USA team is good, I'll watch soccer if the USA team is good. I watch basketball because the USA team is good. We don't have like an international football team, but if they did, I would watch that too. So I mean, it's weird with me. I can watch almost any sport. I might not understand it, as long as like I can understand it just a little bit, and I have some players I can relate to in that sport. I'll watch it. I just don't know where to and how often they play games in cricket. It's kind of similar to baseball, is it not? So, like I was saying, you get this man coverage look, and number 30 here, he picks up Cole Kmet, and it's a man coverage look. Caleb's standing there in the pocket, and there's nobody watching him. And this is the problem with man coverage, because when you play man coverage, that means nobody has their eyes to the quarterback. Everybody's following their man. By the time they realize Caleb Williams has completely broken the pocket, he's all the way down to the 40-yard line. And it's just those explosive plays that you get from Williams that can completely flip this offense. And you know that if the Washington Commanders, as if the chart says it right here, if you know that they're going to play 29% man coverage, Caleb's going to take advantage of that. And it just seemed like an issue for the entire game with Jacksonville last game, that they were playing a lot of man coverage, and that came back to bite them big time, because you cannot play man coverage against this receiving core. Again, Rome Odunze, Keenan Allen, DeAndre Swift, DJ Moore, all these guys, Cole Kmet, all these guys, especially like Keenan Allen, Rome Odunze, they are man coverage nightmares. So if the Washington Commanders are going to play man coverage, we are going to make them pay for playing man coverage. And we're going to be able to generate those explosive plays. We can start running the ball a little bit more. We're not the best running team in the NFL, but you can see DeAndre Swift starting to get more explosive with his running lanes. And he had 91 yards last game, and averaged 5 yards per carry. So if we're able to generate those explosive plays this Sunday, might couple that with the fact that they might be without Jaden Daniels. They don't have one of their best defensive linemen. They don't have all that great of a secondary. They have older linebackers. We should be able to put up points against this Washington Commanders offense. So that's what I would say. Continue to dial up the explosive plays. I'll get one more play in here if I can find it. It was like a good play, and that I think it was for Cole Kmet, if I can find it. 31 yards. Yep. Pakistan is a good cricket team. Nobody expected the USA to win. Yeah, because they play a lot of cricket over there. But correct me if I'm wrong, but like the USA team had a lot of players from Pakistan or India or one of those countries. Did they not? In that game, did they not have a lot of players on their team like that? I'm not taking anything away from them, but it does provide a little bit of an advantage, because the USA team, the USA is not really known for any type of cricket teams at all. But correct me if I'm wrong. So I'll view one more play before I get into my third key of the game. So we're going to watch this play in real time, and this was probably the best play call of the game. Boom. That's still just a beautiful play call to watch, man. It's so good to watch. So I'm going to slow it down. Yeah, I kind of figured that. That was the controversy. Like, was the team, like, they represent the USA team, but they're from Pakistan or India. So that created a lot of controversy about them winning it. So, not that people should really care. And that's fine. That's fine. Like, out of 11 playing, I think 6 are Indians. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Everybody, hey, you got to be able to compete somehow, right? I mean, if the other teams that play like basketball or like let's take FIBA basketball, if you don't think if Germany could take LeBron James and put them on their team, you don't think they would? Like, come on, everybody, you got to have some type of advantage, because not many people play cricket here, and just like not many people play football or basketball in other countries. So, even when like the FIFA World Cup comes on, you have a lot of players from different places on the USA team, so they play in different leagues and everything. So I think it's fair. Right, that's a good thing. These kind of wins will pull more people to cricket, and that's the whole goal when you start getting into like promoting sports to internet, or promoting sports that aren't native to international countries. You start getting more people involved with it. I think it's great for it. I think it's great for the game, and I think it's great for sports. So let me see how long we've been going. We're going to go on about 30 minutes, so I'll try to get these points through. But so, like I was saying with the man coverage and how we can generate explosive plays, this is an explosive play right here that I really like. So you're going to get a gun look again, shotgun, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 running back. So what you're going to get here is Shane Waldron drew up something completely, like, it works. So you're going to get Keenan Allen on like an orbit motion, and right then and there, you're assuming that this is going to be a screen pass to Keenan Allen. DJ Moore is going to block. I think this is Andres Cisco going in motion. I don't know if this is man. I think this is zone, because everybody has their eyes to the quarterback, and they're kind of like shading underneath. So what Caleb's going to do is he's going to see that, right? And this is the problem when you don't have a great secondary. I'm thinking somebody missed an assignment here, so you're going to get Caleb faking this way. You're going to have the lineman and the tight end leak out, and this lineman right here is going to leak out, so it's basically like setting up a screen, so he's going to fake it there. Meanwhile, Cole Kmet is leaking out right here. He's going on like a little streak route. And whoever this is right here, he completely bit on the screen pass to DeAndre Swift. This guy, I don't know what he's doing right here. His technique is all, if he just would have kept running, he probably would have got a sack. His technique is all bad right here. But because, and you see everybody kind of fell for it, even though he kind of has safety help right here. There's no safeties watching the middle of the field right here. So I'm guessing this is like a cover 2 look or something. And there's nobody watching the middle of the field right here, because you see DJ Moore, he's leaking open across the sideline right here. You see Rome Odunze going down the sideline right here. So both of these safeties have to commit to both of these guys. That leaves Cole Kmet wide open over the middle of the field. He sees that. Caleb sees that. It's an easy throw. Number 33 was completely committed to stopping that fake screen pass. By the time he realizes and he has his back turned to Cole Kmet's already rumbling, bumbling, stumbling to the end zone. And these are the type of explosive plays that I want to see from the Bears on Sunday, is you can take advantage of that Washington secondary pretty easily, as they're one of the worst in the league. If they're able to take advantage and draw up explosive plays, get their run game going, I feel like the Bears should be able to win this game. But, it's not going to be, it's never just an easy cakewalk. As long as the Bears continue to get Caleb going early, get their run game going early, continue to work off play action, as long as Caleb continues to use his legs, go through his reads, all that stuff, I feel like they'll be able to generate efficient offense, and they'll be able to win this game, man. I really do. So, continue to generate explosive plays, and you should be able to win this game. I'd say the last key for me would be, I think we can get some turnovers in this game. I think we can get more than 2 turnovers this game. So, like I said, we're going in banged up as well. We're not going to have we might not have our full secondary. I know we're getting Tyreek Stevenson back. It's unsure whether Kyler Gordon or Jaquan Brisker are going to be back. But at the same time, they're probably going to be without Jaden Daniels, man. They're probably going to be without Jaden Daniels. You have to go. All right, man. Thanks for tuning in to the stream, man. I appreciate it. Make sure you like it and share it with your friends so they can come in and hang out. So thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate it. So you get, with Jaden Daniels going out, he has a rib injury. Marcus Mariota is probably going to start. That's going to create opportunities for turnovers, especially if the Bears end up stopping the run on Sunday, which is a very real possibility, because what Jaden Daniels brings to that offense is a level of explosiveness that you're not going to be able to get with Marcus Mariota. Yes, he played well last week, but it was against the Carolina Panthers, the team that everybody gives us. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support, man. I really do. I appreciate it. So, we're not the Carolina Panthers, man. People give us crap for beating the Carolina Panthers and not beating good defenses, beating up on bad teams. Well, that's literally what the Washington Commanders have been doing for the past 7 weeks. That's literally what they have been doing. They have not been beating good teams at all. The two good teams that they have played with good defenses, like Cleveland, and they did beat Cleveland because they had a good defense, but the two teams they had a little bit of competition that scored more than 10 points are Tampa Bay and Baltimore, and both have beat them, and both have had good showings against that secondary. With Baltimore being able to run the ball efficiently, with Tampa Bay being able to throw the ball efficiently. We have the best of both worlds, man. We do. We have a dual threat running back. We have dual threat running backs. We have great receivers. Our pass protection has been playing better. And with Jaden Daniels being out, Marcus Mariota coming in, they're going to lose some of that explosiveness. So I think the Bears should be able to get consistent turnovers. I'm going to play a play right here. And let me see if I can find, because I know that he threw one last time the Bears played. So you're going to get this interception by Trevor Lawrence on this play. So we're going to review this. And mind you, this was with a lot of backups in. I think this play went to Josh Blackwell. We'll watch it in real time, and then I'll slow it down. Boom. All right. So now I'm going to slow it down, and after this point, I will end the stream and leave this up for playback. A little bit of a longer video, but I had some things I wanted to talk about. So, what you're going to get here is you're going to get a gun look from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Three wide receivers. I think this is a tight end right here with Evan Ingram. And then you have one running back, and it's a gun look. The Bears, I think they're showing some type of cover 3 look up here. So you see the Bears communicating with each other. And I don't know what Trevor Lawrence was seeing on this play. That's a whole separate conversation for another day. So what you're going to get here is, I don't know what the play design is here, but whoever this receiver is, he's running into like a congested middle, and I'm guessing that Trevor Lawrence was supposed to anticipate that. So what you're going to get, you have your two safeties dropping back, so some type of cover 3, cover 2 look. Jalen Johnson has completely blanketed Brian Thomas Jr., who's running like an out route. Same thing down here with Christian Kirk. Jalen Jones has leverage on him. And now he also has safety help with Elijah Hicks. So what that's going to leave is Evan Ingram wide open. But Trevor Lawrence doesn't see that. And this is the type of thing that I'm talking about, is that the Bears are able to get good quality play out of defensive backups. That's why they've been able to maintain that number 1 spot as far as coverage rates in the NFL, because this defense is taught to look for the ball, generate turnovers, generate short fields for their offense. And when you get plays like this, you see Trevor Lawrence, by the time Trevor Lawrence throws his ball, this guy isn't even out his break yet. And by the time he throws his ball, it's either going to be incomplete anyway, because Tremaine Edmonds is basically harking down on this dude. Josh Blackwell right here, and if he has to go on Sunday, he's more than capable of doing this. He reads this all the way. Trevor Lawrence throws a bad ball, and Tremaine kind of prevents dude from coming out of his break. But it's a bad throw nonetheless. And it goes straight into the hands of Josh Blackwell. And then I basically iced the game for the Chicago Bears right there. But what I'm trying to get to is that with Marcus Mariota, we know what Marcus Mariota is at this point in his career. He's a serviceable backup. He's a guy that, he has a lot of athleticism. But the way the Washington Commanders run their offense is the way they run it with Jaden Daniels. It's kind of a one-read offense, if I have to say so myself. It's kind of a one-read offense, and we do things with this defense that takes away quarterbacks' number one reads, and we have the secondary to be able to do that. We have Jalen Johnson, we have Tyreek Stevenson, we have Kyler Gordon, we have serviceable backups that can do the same thing. And if you're not able to come off your one read, couple that with the fact that our pass rush has gotten better, we're going to get turnovers in this game. I don't believe Marcus Mariota is going to be running all over the field and dotting us up all over the field. We're not the Carolina Panthers. We're not going to leave guys just wide open. So that's going to create opportunities to get turnovers. If we're able to contain Marcus Mariota and make him play inside the pocket and limit the amount of times he's going to be able to use his legs, we should be able to get turnovers on him, as he does have a tendency to make bad decisions sometimes. We saw that when he was with Atlanta, when he was the full-time starter. So if we're able to, and again, always with turnovers and interceptions, it's able to generate short fields for your quarterback, and it's able to generate short fields for your offense, which then turns into generating points. And we're the second best team at doing that, is getting turnovers. We should be able to get more than 2 turnovers on this Washington Commanders team, especially if Jaden Daniels doesn't play. We're really the first real defense that they're going up against. So if the Bears are able to force turnovers on Marcus Mariota, whether it's strip sack fumbles, interceptions, any type of way they can get a turnover on downs, any type of way they can create short fields for their offense by getting turnovers, he's going to look at one side. He's going to see Terry McLaurin blanketed by Jalen Johnson. He's going to look to the other side if Tyreek Stevenson is back. He's going to look to that side and see Tyreek Stevenson. You can only pick on him so long. The only thing that might kill us in this game is missing Jaquan Brisker, because they might try to go deep. They might try to test us early. But, I'm expecting the Bears to, even with Jaden Daniels being out and with Marcus Mariota being in the game, I'm expecting the Washington Commanders to kind of keep it simple for them. Try to put the game in the hands of their running game and their running backs, and not give Marcus Mariota too many chances to go out and win the game. If you can force Marcus Mariota to win the game with his arm, he more than likely he's not going to be able to do it. So I would believe, third key of the game, we got to get them turnovers, create short fields for their offense, and keep their offense off the field and keep their defense on the field more and more. That's what we were able to do against Jacksonville. If we do that this game, we should be able to win. So I believe getting turnovers is always just a big key, especially when you're going up against a backup quarterback. Make him lose the game for them, and we should be able to win this game easily. So with all that being said, I went over my allotted time, about 40 minutes here. With all that being said, I believe I have the Bears winning 37-17, and it's still kind of an up in the air type thing, whether Jaden Daniels is going to play or not. But if Marcus Mariota is playing, even with Jaden Daniels playing, I believe this offense is too good for their defense on the other side. I don't believe they can stop our run game. We're not the Carolina Panthers. I don't believe they can guard our wide receivers one-on-one either. And again, if you play too much zone coverage, we're just going to give it to DeAndre Swift and run zone and run screens, and he's going to gash you. If you play too much man coverage, we're going to gash you with our receiving core. You can't guard Rome Odunze one-on-one. You can't guard DJ Moore one-on-one. It's just not going to work. As far as that goes, they have one of the worst secondaries in the league. The next few games are going to be, against some of the worst secondaries in the league. They're missing one of their best defensive linemen. They already have a weak secondary as is. So, and they might not be able to generate pressure. They might try to send blitzes, but I don't think that's going to work either, because Caleb is getting better at reading the blitz and checking out of plays or making specific hot routes in which he's able to counteract that. So I don't believe their defense is going to be able to hold us. On the other side, I just don't think, while I do think the Washington Commanders will score points in this game, I don't think with Marcus Mariota they're going to be consistent enough. And I think once the defense bears down and they start stopping that run game efficiently and they keep Marcus Mariota or Jaden Daniels potentially in the pocket and they make him beat him with his arm, with that secondary that the Bears have, with that linebacking core, with the being number one in defensive pass coverage, and with the Washington Commanders mainly running like a one-read type system, if we're able to stop the run game and keep the quarterback inside the pocket, I don't think the Washington Commanders are going to be able to generate enough offense to be able to offset that Bears defense. And if we're stopping that run, it's basically going to be the same thing as Jacksonville. You stop that run, you stop that offense. So I have the Bears winning 37-17. I think and mind you, there's something personal behind this game too, because of, Caleb Williams getting snubbed for Rookie of the Week twice these past few weeks. So it's something personal too, and he's going back home. He's going to show why he was a number 1 overall pick, whether Jaden Daniels plays or not. He's going to want to show that as well. So I believe that our team is just better than theirs. I really do. I believe we have more talent on our team. I believe our quarterback is starting to get into a rhythm. And I believe we're going to be able to run the ball efficiently. We're going to be able to, take advantage of how much man coverage they play. And we're going to be able to get stops. And we're going to win this game. So I think I have the Bears winning 37-17. Now, I know I spent most of the time talking just because Bears had a bye week. There wasn't much footage to go on. The Jaguars didn't really put up a competitive game at all. They gave us a lot of short fields, so there wasn't many examples to go by. Couple that with that Carolina is just so bad that they gave them, it was basically easy for Washington to just drive up and down the field. So I didn't have a lot of film examples to go by this game. I'm still experimenting with some stuff too on how I want to do this. So I apologize if the video was a little bit longer and that I didn't show as much footage as I wanted to. But with all that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Had a lot of good support on the last one, so I figured I'd get back on here and do it again. Had a lot of good support on that. So I'm going to get up out of here. If you enjoyed the stream, please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the stream as it helps the channel grow. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I drop one of these videos. I'm also on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so make sure you guys hit that big red sub button. Make sure you guys follow me on social media as I tweet out things about the Bears and other topics all the time. I'm going to start doing more streams like this in the future. I just recently got a webcam, so I want to try that out soon. It might not be football related. It may be sports related. It could be anything I might want to stream at that given moment. Just know that I'm going to start doing more of them. Make sure you guys go to this video, read the rules in the comment section, and get your names entered in the giveaway before next week, as I will be announcing winners next week or at the end of the month. So go ahead and get your entries in now. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Bear down, and I'm out. Peace.